Over the course of a few months, I saved up several avocado seeds. I would use one or two every now and then for the tannic acid content, but for the most part, I don't use them to make dye. In this video, I am going to experiment with using avocado seeds as well as avocado skins to make dye and see what colors I can get. Typically, when I do use an avocado seed, I cut it in half because I just feel like more exposure, would mean better color, something like that. However, some of these were so hard and they had dried out so much, they were literally like stone, so I couldn't cut them all up. I'm going to be using rainwater, which is actually something I haven't done in a while. So it feels good to be making use of that again. And this is after the seeds have soaked overnight and I boiled them the first time. And I'm going to be adding a few different pieces of small cotton fabric and then reheating the dye again. As you can see, the dye came out very light on these pieces of fabric. So what I'm going to do is what I typically do, which is pour the dye into a glass jar and solar dye one or two of the pieces and see if I can get more color or deeper color into the fabric. In my experience, when I do this, it does help improve the color or at least make it deeper, especially if I leave the top off of the jar and the sun can directly heat the liquid. I can get deeper color, so we'll see. So leaving it out in the sun to solar dye for even just one day did help deepen the color. And that's something that I always appreciate about solar dyeing. It's the continual application of heat that I can't necessarily achieve with when I use a hot plate, because I'm not going to leave the hot plate on all the time in order to get heat. So the sun is there providing the heat on the days when it's pretty intense, and that helps the color. So if you're watching this, you may be familiar with the concept that avocado skins and seeds can produce pink dye, and my initial experimentation did not produce pink dye. It was more of an orange brown color. And I'm just going to attribute that to the seeds being fairly old and dried up, and just, color content changing with them, or what they can produce changing. But as you can see here, I am now using avocado skins as well as seeds, and working to produce what people, I think, more commonly expect when you use these food items to make dye. It's more of a pink color. It does start off a deep red, and eventually it will transition into some form of pink. And so I'm just breaking up some fresh avocado skins left over from an avocado that I ate. I try to clean as much as the avocado off as possible because I do not like the smell of cooked avocado. It makes me nauseous. So that's what I was doing there. And the lighting here is different, so it appears to be brown, but it's actually still the pink color. I think it's because I had done this more in the evening, and the lighting in the kitchen wasn't as good as it was in the previous video. So it does look brown here, but it is actually pink. We are seeing some high winds, clouds, and rain from the tropical storm that's out here in the Pacific. So I was just showing you a little bit of how the sky looked. But this is the dye. I'm taking it outside maybe so the lighting is better. And it's kind of a peachy pink here. And these colors are always changing. Like once it dries, it may look different than when it's wet, etc. But that's the piece that was dyed with avocado skins and fresh avocado seeds. And now what I'm going to do is make dye from avocado skins only, just to see if there's a difference when using the seeds along with the skins. To me, it appeared to be more red when I used the seeds, but I do believe both components of the avocado make the same color. Both the skin and the seeds will give you a pink color, even though the dye initially looks red. So I've cleaned off the skins as good as I can, and if you see green there, that's just the staining from the fruit, but I scrubbed those pretty well. And so here's the dye. I believe this is either the same day or the next morning, and it gave the same color as the first one. And so I'm out here in the storm, although it wasn't so bad. And you can see this is a light pink color, so it's pretty nice. And if I leave this in even longer, it'll get darker. So this is just a comparison between the two dyes. It's pretty much the same. The avocado skin and seeds, and the one with only the skins. So this will produce a pink color. Although I think in general you can expect to get pink dye from avocado food waste, the skin and the seeds, I do think it's reasonable to expect maybe to get colors that range maybe like orange, brown, pink, some form of red. So that's just something to keep in mind, maybe depending on the condition of the seeds or the skin. I really appreciate the versatility of an avocado. You know, you can enjoy eating the fruit of the avocado. You can make dye from the seed and the skins. And then there's always that experiment that you can do with children or for yourself to sprout an avocado seed and watch it grow. So not only is it very healthy and nutritious, it offers a lot just in general as a plant. So if this is something you're able to do, I recommend it. Thanks for watching.